Even you can begin.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can everyone hear me? Good morning, everyone. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Amin Aimiu, and today I'm going to be talking about agile organization. So let's begin. So agile organization is a human-centric organization that respond and adapt quickly to changes in the marketplace and environment. Agile actually requires the project team to cycle through a process of planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and finally the closing of the project. The Agile organization focuses on satisfying its customers' needs through continuous delivery of valuable products. Agile actually means adapting to change, being flexible, and moving faster. So now I'm just going to explain quickly an analogy of what agile means in a layman's term. So for example, you have a chef that owns a restaurant and his dream is to create a very delicious meal. So what he does is he creates a meal with his team, then send the meal to the customers immediately for feedback. And that goes through in the first iteration. So after getting a feedback from the customers, then the customer then tell the chef maybe to add more spice, to add hot dogs, or to add shrimps, or something else to make the meal more palatable and delicious. So the chef goes back and works with his team on the feedback he got from the client. So when he works on the meal, then goes back and deliver the results to the client. So until the client is satisfied, the chef continues creating a meal to give back, which becomes an iteration. And for each iteration becomes a sprint. And from each sprint, they have to work on each sprint to the product backlog. So the agile is actually aligned to satisfy the customer's needs, not following a process or two. So the benefits of Agile enables teams to deliver value to their customers with ease, which involves the one-on-one interaction with the customers. The Agile team deliver work in small but usable increments, which we talked about following iterations or sprints. Then evaluation of the requirement plans and results takes place continuously, which allows teams to respond to change quickly. Then Agile Manifesto. The Agile Manifesto is a declaration of the values and principles expressed in the Agile methodology, which are made up of 4 foundational values and 12 principles. Now, we all know the traditional way of running projects is the waterfall method. Now, compared to the waterfall method actually, you have to plan the whole project before you start the project. But in an Agile methodology or in an Agile manifesto, you don't need to actually plan the project before you start. You can start the project, then give the project for feedback, which goes through an iterations or sprint. Then you can now continue working on the project with your team to get a very good result at the end. So in an Agile manifesto, we actually prefer going through individual and interaction. We prefer actually having a easy interaction with the clients and going through processes and tools. And also in an Agile manifesto, we actually prefer working product or software instead of comprehensive documentation, because we all know that so much documentation can actually waste the time of the project. Then another manifesto also prefer going through customer collaboration than contract negotiation. In most projects, the only time the client can have access to the project is probably maybe when they are signing the contract. But in an Agile manifesto, we actually prefer to have a one-on-one conversation with the client throughout the project to lead to a successful project. Then also in an Agile manifesto, we prefer to go through responding to change and following a path. Then here are the 12 principles of Agile. We have the customer satisfaction, welcome change, deliver frequently, work together, motivate team, face-to-face interaction, working software, constant pace, good design, simplicity, self-organization, and reflect and adjust. Then we have various Agile methodologies. We have the extreme programming, Lean, Kanban, Scrum, crystals, and so on. So extreme programming, this is the framework that enables teams to create high quality software and improve the quality of life. While Kanban, this is the methodology that is used to design, manage, improve the flow of system. It can also be used to deploy work immediately without waiting for other work time. So Kanban, you don't necessarily need to go through stand-up meeting, you don't necessarily need to go through the sprint meeting or retrospective, but you just need to go through the product backlog. Then in Lean, this is a set of tools and techniques that aim to identify and remove waste to increase the speed of process development. Now, Lean literally just means eliminate waste so that you reserve more resources in the project. Then Scrum is the Agile framework that is used to implement the idea behind Agile software development. Scrum is actually the most popular Agile methodology, and the difference between Scrum and other Agile methodology is that it makes use of artifacts, events, and roles. Then Crystal, this is the framework that focuses on people and interaction rather than processes and tools. Like I said earlier, that in the Agile manifesto that we first going through people individuals and interaction rather than processes and tools. It also works on the principle that projects are unique and dynamic, each requiring a specific method. Then now the Agile organization. Research demonstrates that successful Agile organization consistently exhibit the 5 trademark. The 5 trademark are structure, strategy, process, people, and technology. And the first trademark, which is strategy, goes through a shared purpose and vision, sensing and seizing opportunity, flexible resource allocation, and actionable strategy guidance. Then the second trademark, which is the structure, goes through clear fast structure, clear accountability roles, hands-on governance, active partnership, and ecosystem. Then the third trademark, which is a process, goes through rapid iteration and experimentation, standardized way of working, performance orientation, and continuous learning. Then people, which is the fourth trademark, have to be involved in a cohesive community, shared and servant leadership, entrepreneurial drive, role mobility. Then the last one, which is technology, which actually involving technology, architecture, systems, and tools, next generational technology and development and delivery process. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Please, do you have any questions?
That was a quick
All
one.
right.
Amen. Please, if you need to comment or talk, please turn on your camera, because I know most cameras are actually off. Please, if you need to talk or comment, let me see who is talking. And
All right. Okay. So come, let me get my human thing. Oh, jeez.
yeah, like she asked, any comments, any contribution, anything
Comment.
to add?
Yeah. I like the discussion, just straight to the point, exact. Not too much drama per se. All right. Okay. Hope my camera is turned on now. Am I visible? I believe so, right?
Yes, you're visible.
All right. So thank you, Mal. Okay, I don't know who was speaking, but thank you for the training today. So I have a
My
question.
name is Abe.
Debbie.
Amen.
Oh, Miss Amen. Oh, that's nice. All right. So okay, I have a question. All right. Okay. Let's say in what way can it's two in one question, for instance. Let's say in what way can Agile, can you hear me?
Well,
My own personal network.
yeah, I think so.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right. So I have a question. Now it's two in one. Now the first one is now someone is speaking. I think Mr. Muhammad.
Yeah, I think that's Mohammed.
Yeah. Right. Proceed. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So now my question is like two in one. In what way can can the adoption of agile methodology be useful rather in, let's say, in a case scenario where less adaptive to innovative change? So let's say, for instance, because larger organizations, most times larger organizations to a great extent, they tend to have this rigidity towards change, all right? And it appears to be that emerging organizations are more adaptive to innovative change than larger corporations. So, but now in a case where for large organizations, in a case where they're large and the demand on complexity is quite vast, how then can they adopt agile methodology to fast things up, being in a slow-driven system? That's the first one. Now, the second question then is, now in an organization where everything is like so fast, processes are so fast, how can agile methodology help people who are yet to who are working within this fast-paced system? How can agile methodology help them to be able to find balance throughout the process that governs this fast-paced system? The first one is in a slow-based organization that are less adaptive to innovative change. How can they adopt agile? And the second one is in a very fast-paced organization where sometimes processes tend to be faster than even the I'll use the term the operation of the people. In what way can agile be adopted to ensure that the people are able to match up with the process? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I think the first one is their slow pace company. So I think they should start little by little in increments, because the thing about agile is agile involves in increments, which are iterations. So I think we should start little by little, not in like fast pace, like you should do everything at once. I think we should start little by little in increments rather than going in fast paced for the first question. I think so. Then the second one, I really don't know. I really don't know how a fast-paced company would involve agile, because if they are fast-paced, that means they are agile itself. Because as far as they are able to deliver the project on time and the project is successful, I think they should just continue with being fast-paced. So.
Okay. The reason why I asked the question was aligned to something that was made by, I think that was SpaceX and Tesla. Now, SpaceX and Tesla, it's as though they are running on horsepower. Like every single person there is like so fast that if you don't match up to the process, you cannot even be choosing, cannot even be taken. So such organization, to an extent, they place more demand on the process than the operation of the people. So if, for instance, let's say one of us here, I say, all right, you're given the opportunity to work in test, is like a case study, right? So, and it's all fast, like everything is moving so fast, but then it's all fast in delivery externally, but internally, not everybody is able to match up with that speed. So that's why I asked the question, because most times it appears to be that the externals and the individuals to which our efforts are being driven towards maximum satisfaction for them. Sometimes we tend, those who are the internal team, we tend to carry out all the load, all the pressure, all the burnout and everything. So that's why I asked the question, Ma. But nevertheless, thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I have a question, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You talked about the fact that agile methodology actually deals with committing change due to the user's need. Because when you were giving an example of a restaurant the other time, you said they'll have to go and ask for feedback and use it to
commit their changes. So I want to ask if that kind of system is definitely going to bring some sort of problem, because we are not going to be having one user of the system. So, and we know definitely that customers need are always, people are really changing, and one person's taste will be definitely different from the other user's taste, and there will be lots of irregularities with such systems. So how can agile methodology try to bridge this gap and try to keep committing changes? Because definitely if he commits change for this particular person and another person say that's not what he wants and all that, how can this problem be solved? Thank you.
I like this question.
Thank you for that. Okay, I think the first thing I forgot to mention is it's not just one client you actually request change from. You actually ask, a lot of people. Then you get the change that you want from a bunch of people. Then similarities from there is what you're going to work on, not actually just one person. But in an instance where you just have to work with one person, like just a company, you actually work with their team. So, like I said, they work together. There has to be a one-on-one interaction with the team members, the stakeholders, everybody literally. So you're actually going to work as a team, not like an individual person. So it already bridged the gap of one person having an opinion than everyone coming together to have an opinion. You actually work with a team, not like an individual person.
Wow, this is nice.
All right. Let me into what Ahmed said. Good morning, guys. My name is Joseph. So to just what Ahmed said, she earlier mentioned that products are shipped in increments, right?
Yes, sir.
So it means that in the agile methodology, you don't ship the entire product at once.
Yeah.
Good. So clients understand that they can't get a perfect delivery of product at the first instance.
Yeah.
So there's an introduction. There's a concept of MVP, minimum viable product.
Yeah.
So the concept ensure that we experiment, we create, we learn, and we experiment again. So clients are aware that they will not get the perfect product at the beginning, but they will always get it in increment before we attain perfection in the agile framework. Thank you.
I have a question. This is nice. I have a question, Mark, just in relation to what was asked previously. Now, I think, I don't know who asked the question, but then how about in a case scenario? Now, I'm using case scenarios. Now, in a case scenario where you're in a, let's say, you have multiple clients per se, and out of these, I'll use the term markets, all right? I like using such segmentations. Now, out of these markets, you have those who are, let me use the term monopolistic, all right? Now, there are a lot of persons who are monopolistic. They like to take the larger share. They like to control the people. Now, in a sense, in a state where you have more monopolistic players, and you have many minorities who are placing demand on that specific features, all right? How then do we balance the decision-making process on creating the right categories of features that fit into these defined market? Let me make it more contextual. Let's say, for instance, all right? Let's say, for instance, you have 10 persons, all right? So Mr. A to Mr. J, for instance, all right? Now, out of A to J, A, B, and C, they are the highest bidding guys, all right? They are the top ones, top of the top, okay? But then D, E, F, and the rest, there are many, but each of these D, E, F, and the rest, they have similarities, right? They have same interests, they have everything. But now A, B, and C are the bigger guys. D to the down guys are the minorities who have major power, because when you combine them together in the case study used, how then do you drive your decision-making process towards creating products and services that satisfies the right targets to which you are able to deliver to? So how do you measure such metrics? Because if we don't know this, then there might be an issue that might create good product for limited people who can buy more, or you create good product for many persons who might not have, equal purchasing power. So in such case scenario, what do you do?
Okay, is that question directed to me?
No, Miss MM, sir. Or anybody.
Okay. So let me quickly take that, because for me, you said what is the metrics, right? So
Yes, sir.
First and first, when you are creating a product for the market, you really want to understand that there is a segmentation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this customer wants this, this customer wants this. So apparently, the entire market cannot want just one single thing. That is why we have different brands. Someone drives a Tesla, someone drives a Toyota, right?
Yes, sir.
Someone a Honda, someone drives Cadillac. So,
yes,
but what I think is most important is, what is the market share? What is in it for me as a business, right? When we are creating a product, in the process of product development, we are looking at, okay, so number one, the market share. Number two,
market size.
Customer fraction, right? So definitely after segmentation of customer, let's say the bourgeoisie now, the guys that what do you call?
Yeah, I get.
You understand? So you want to design their products to fit into what they want. So you are slashing your market into two. Is a win-win.
Exactly.
Their product into what they want, and the other guy, you give them what they want, right?
You got it, sir. You got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well done, Elijah.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Did he leave? He left, right?
No, I think he should be around somewhere.
Okay, Joseph. Okay. Well done, Joseph. You turn off his camera. Okay. Yeah, Alex, thank you for contributing too. Another question for Mrs. Amen on. Okay, Miss Amen, you are actually supposed to ask questions to evaluate people's understanding about what you've said. Maybe
Have any questions?
we still have like
I think it's like a question, then I have questions, but I think the question I've covered everything, so I don't have any question to ask.
That's nice.
Are you trying to cover up for them or what? Okay, if you say so. But then you're supposed to ask questions, even if it's just one. Yeah. Any other contribution? Okay. I would love to say this. If there's nothing else to add to the topic at hand, please, in case you have an issue with your schedule, do not wait to the day you are scheduled. I'm expecting you to present or expecting to hear from you, and you come and tell me that you can't present on that day. That should reschedule you. It's not going to work that way. At least if you come to me like a week before that, okay, you'll be able to present, or at least 3 days before, I could push someone to take your place. Not coming to me on the exact day you're supposed to present.
Yep.
Another thing. Okay, you guys none. Like to everybody that came for today's KB section. I hope and love to see everybody again by next week. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a lovely working day.
You too, sir. Thank you. And happy weekend in advance.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah. Same to you.